suspects arrested in Orange County as authorities crack down on a burglary ring based in LA County. Investigators say their job isn't done, as many more are still out there on the loose. Eyewitness News reporter Jessica DeNova has the latest.
35 burglaries in Orange County, some of those caught by surveillance cameras. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in stolen property. Investigators say so far 20 suspects, 15 of those juveniles, are identified as part of a crime ring out of LA County. This week, some of them are behind bars.
9 arrests of 7 adults and 2 juveniles, and efforts continue to locate and apprehend the outstanding suspects who are associated with these crimes.
OC Sheriff Don Barnes says they caught on to this crew in September of 2022. That's when investigators connected 3 separate home burglaries in Yorba Linda and unincorporated Santa Ana. A multi-agency investigation more than a year long, revealing these 11 areas were hit. Some homes even occupied at the time of the crimes. The adults arrested this past Wednesday in LA County face felony charges with maximum sentences of nearly 30 years in state prison.
We're all committed to taking care of the business that's necessary, irrespective of where individuals come from and what region. But if you commit crimes in Orange County, you better understand that things are going to happen here differently.
According to data from the California Department of Justice, the number of burglaries in OC overall has declined in the last 20 years, though it was slightly higher in 2022 when compared to the previous 5 years.
Todd, now it's your turn.
I'm literally holding the Public Policy Institute study that was conducted by Professor Lofstrom and Brandon Martin, and they absolutely, here's the title, Retail Theft and Robbery Rates Have Risen Across California, September 7th, 2023. Does anybody really feel that California is more safe? Do you know that homeless population has gone up 51%, while around the rest of the country it's gone down 11%? People do not feel safe today. People are concerned about their safety. And when we talk about the incarceration rate for individuals, are you going to tell that to the victims of the jewelry store after they pay their deductible and after they account for all their losses? And the insurance companies? Insurance companies aren't underwriting anymore in California. They don't want to do business in California because they're not going to tolerate the losses. So let us understand, homelessness has gone up, smash and grabs and robberies have gone up, Public Policy Institute of California, and Stanford University, and I have that study here too, has documented that homelessness has gone up. So when you add drug addiction, lack of treatment, theft, and homelessness, it is all somehow related. Many other factors, I grant you all that, but I will tell you, the precursor was AB 109 in 2011 and Prop 47 in 2014.
For those of you just...
But Mark, I get LAPD, who comes to me all the time as the District Attorney of Orange County and wants me to prosecute the case, not George Gascon. So not you, Mark. You've been a career prosecutor for 25 years. This is not about you. But the fact of the matter is, in jurisdictions like San Francisco, Alameda County, Los Angeles, where the elected district attorney has made it very, very clear that they have a different approach to prosecution than what I believe is responsive to the public and to these individual victims, we have a severe problem in California. So my point being, and my opening was going to be, it's about setting a tone and an expectation in your community about what you expect people and how they are going to behave. And my argument is Orange County is the safest large county in California. You know that, Mark. Los Angeles is the highest now robbery capital of the world in terms of smash and grabs. LA stands out amongst itself, and something here must change.
Todd Spitzer, you have an agenda, don't you? You don't like George Gascon's philosophy and the way he conducts his office in LA County, so you have a political agenda, no?
Well, first of all, like I said, Orange County, of course I have an agenda.
Right.
I'm elected to protect the public. I run a county, the 3rd largest county in California, 6th largest in the country. LA's first. I'm 6th. And he filed 30 cases. I filed 1,200 in the last 5 years. I'm filing 300 a year. He's filing 30. When you come to Orange County, people understand we're going to take care of business. I'll work with the CHP, which we do successfully. I'll work with the feds. I'll work with whoever I need to put these people away as long as possible. Does it mean everybody should be in jail or prison? Of course not. But should repeat offenders? Absolutely. Did Prop 47, you heard it from the experts, it reduced our prison population. Who do you think is living off on our streets? 51% increase in homelessness. Who do you think's committing the smash and grabs? Who do you think's using the drugs and not going into rehab? It's all these people that should still be in prison that were let out early by the George Gascon types and the Governor Newsom types. That's why California is dangerous, and that's why we need to take it back. If this is the kind of community you all choose to live in, then vote for the people, not me. But if you believe that we should be protecting the public, then vote for people who have that like-mindedness. But Professor, you're missing the major point. How in the world does PPIC quantify these statistics when it's not reported? That's his point. People are no longer reporting. They don't want to get in law enforcement and be subpoenaed. They don't want to go to court and sit there all day and miss work for a $50 or $45 case of beer. His point is, none of this data, your data, any of the professors, all you academic people in your ivory tower, that this stuff is inaccurate because it's not being reported. You can't study something that isn't being reported.
People have said it. People out there don't feel safe. So what do we tell the people who are listening, watching, who don't feel safe? And that could be because, they were part of some break-in and their store was hit, or their car, or they've watched all these videos on the news and they think that maybe the organized big retail thefts are more prominent than they are. We know that something is happening, but I think we've all kind of gone back and forth about the extent of it. So what do we still say to those people about feeling safe if they don't?
As long as you live in Los Angeles, you're not going to feel safe. That's the fact of the matter. As long as George Gascon is the DA, you're not going to feel safe.
But Todd, wait a minute. You before were ticking off how many thousands of cases you filed. It doesn't sound like it's that safe if you have to file that many cases.
But you made the point to Mark, which is true. The people that we are arresting, that CHP is arresting, and the other task force members for our smash and grabs at South Coast Plaza and other places, they're from Los Angeles. Hardly anybody in my county who lives there are committing these organized retail thefts in my county, right where the professor lives in Irvine. These people are coming down into our community from these communities.
Okay, I want to get a response from
It's going to prevent
Mark,
burglaries.
this is
It
so
works.
typical of George Gascon. Blame everybody but the victim. What about the people that are just working hard every day, trying to get through their life, take their kids to school, pay their bills, and pay their taxes? You're blaming everybody but the person responsible, the perpetrator. My message is, you want to have a quality of life, move to Orange County.
And now he's going to bring in what would be considered a like-minded individual, which I think, honestly, is to be expected. I mean, if he believes this, he's going to live by it.
I actually think, Bill, it's a good thing. Let me tell you why. The goal, let's not lose our eye on the goal. The goal is to get rid of America's worst, least credible prosecutor who's doing so much damage to our criminal justice system. If the goal is to get rid of him, he's polling at 18%. The recall failed. Then this is just one more example of why he shouldn't be reelected. While she's going to cause a lot of destruction, hard to believe any more than George Gascon has done, I actually think this is a good thing.
Wow, okay, twist in logic there. So this is what she has said.
Right.
Black now said about the LAPD, look at these barbarians, hashtag LAPD is an occupying army, defund police. She had another one, prison is obsolete. We need to reimagine America without it. Angela Davis said it years ago, prisons disappear problems, they don't see. Oh, prisons disappear problems, they don't solve them. We've been warehousing our people for a generation. It's time to free America. We can have it.